quit and quitters never win. Or at least that's what I, and probably many of you, have been told. In truth, though, we often overlook the importance of quitting, though it may be a wise choice that will actually lead us towards success. Allow me to show you how. First, giving up one thing allows you to spend that freed up time and effort on another. One way to look at this is through the idea of opportunity cost. Have you ever been in a situation where you have to choose between attending an event where you could be able to meet friends, idols, family, relax yourself, and staying at home and doing work? In this case, whichever you don't choose is called the opportunity cost, which can't exist at the same time as the other option. This means if you have chosen to attend the event, you can't stay at home and do work, and vice versa. You can't always do everything, so prioritizing what's most important and what makes you happiest is key. In this case, if you felt like attending the event could help relax you, or that staying home and doing work can make you feel more productive and responsible, then that's what you should go for. Quitting frees up time spent on a project that might get nowhere in favor of something new and more promising. But giving up without success doesn't seem so bad now, does it? One classic example of the benefits of quitting is Bill Gates. In 1973, he enrolled in Harvard University, first pursuing a career in law. But then just 2 years later, he dropped out of college. And right at that year, he developed and created his own business. With a revenue of over $143 billion, Microsoft Corporation has now become one of the biggest businesses in the world, being his biggest success and one of our biggest pride. Had he decided to not quit college, he would have gone into law instead, which most likely wouldn't have given him the chance to be able to develop Microsoft to where it is now. Another example is Steve Jobs. In 1997, when Apple was facing strong competition from Microsoft, he chose to discontinue 70% of Apple's product to be able to focus on its 4 main ones, which slowly paved its way to its current success. Had he decided to keep manufacturing the same products, Apple would have faced huge losses to Microsoft. As you can see, it is not just us who have actually thought about giving up. Throughout history, there has been other famous people who have quit on several things, but however, they still succeed. So if you ever think about giving up and how it could be good, you shouldn't be ashamed of yourself. Instead, you should just think of it as yourself trying to find a newer and unique way to solve your problems. Second, the lessons you learn from giving up are invaluable. Quitting gives you a glimpse of what the other path would have looked like and opens up an option that can make you happier than you could have been. If you choose one path, you'll never be able to know what the other path would have looked like and the possibilities that are held within it. And on the other hand, you will be able to have an upper hand on those who have not done it before. You will know how to deal with failure when it comes and whether to keep enduring or quit. This could be an experience that not many people have actually had, creating an advantage not only for you, but for those who you can possibly help. Last but not least, the possible benefits for your mental health are not to be ignored. We can discover this idea in 2 ways. Number 1, doing something you dislike and dealing through constant failure for something that doesn't make you happy can cause a lot of stress. And quitting those things can relieve you way better. For example, put yourself in a situation where you have been trying to fix a clock for over 2 weeks now, but it has still no sign of improving whatsoever. This has been causing you a lot of stress since, number 1, that clock is quite expensive, and number 2, you want to be determined to fix it because you don't want to seem as a loser from other people's perspective, because they say quitting is for losers. But if it's not worth it, why not just quit? In this case, if you can just buy a newer and better one, replacing it, then why are you still trying to fix it? Can I please ask everyone in this room to raise their hand if they have ever felt like they've done something that they've disliked before? From what I can see, most of us has done things that we didn't enjoy. And I believe that each and one of us has problems of our own with this issue. When we do something we dislike, the most common problem that occurs is basically stress. And according to Mayo Clinic, stress can result everything from anxiety to drug and alcohol misuse. Only if you're not afraid to push yourself way out further than you should be, negatively, then you should be able to protect yourselves from these possible outcomes by quitting. Number 2, doing something new. Bad jobs and hurtful relationships can make life seem less meaningful. And quitting these things will give you the opportunity to reflect and find more meaning in life, as you are now free to discover different aspects of yourself. And as a bonus, you can now add to the list of the things that you don't know make you happy. It's just as they say, beating a dead horse won't get you anywhere, it will just wear you out. Let me illustrate with one example from my own life. For a period of time, I underwent huge amounts of stress from trying to pile too much on my plate. I was juggling school, exams, along with competitions, swimming, and piano. With so much to do, I found myself unable to concentrate on and do well on any of these tasks. And that's when I decided that maybe quitting wasn't such a bad thing. After realizing that swimming was my strongest suit, I decided to stop doing it as regularly as I did before. And I've come out to the other side much better because of this decision. So much time has freed up for me to be able to rest and focus on my other tasks. And the stress of balancing a packed schedule has simply vanished. As you can see, quitting isn't as bad as it seems. It all depends on your perspective and circumstances. And even if your change of course isn't all what you thought it would be, at least you'll never be stuck wondering what could have been. Thank you.